Summary of Funni in Farsi by Firoozeh Dumas. Firoozeh, her parents, Nazareh and Kazem, and her elder brother Farshid migrate from Abadan, Iran to Whittier, California when she's 7. Kazem is a smart engineer who works for a big oil company in Iran. For his job, he needs to be in the United States. Firoozeh slowly gets used to her new life in America over the next 2 years. Firoozeh's first impression of American culture is that people are kind and helpful. Firoozeh's first day of school is hard for her to understand because she speaks almost no English. When she and her mother try to walk home, they get lost, but a nice American family lets them use their phone to call Kazem. After that, Firoozeh learns English quickly and soon has no sign of an accent when she speaks. Kazem stayed in the United States for a while when he was a Fulbright scholar and studied in California and Texas. However, he doesn't know much about American society, and his English isn't very good. He learns everything he can about American society by reading any kind of paper and watching hours of junky TV. Nazareh doesn't care much about making friends with other Americans or getting better at English, and she doesn't speak good English even now. Firoozeh improves her own English by learning how to explain for her mother. Kazem takes his family to all-American places like Disneyland and Las Vegas. He loves American pop culture so much that Firoozeh starts to get bored with Disneyland over time. Firoozeh does well in school, but because she is from a faraway country, her friends sometimes think she is strange. Students ask her if she lives in a country with horses, and even her parents think she speaks the same language as everyone else in the Middle East. After 2 years, Kazem moves his family back to Iran, but not long after that, his company sends him back to California, this time to Newport. During the first few years of their second time in the US, Kazem takes his family on trips to Las Vegas, Hawaii, and Yosemite National Park. Firoozeh goes to a summer camp, where she refuses to take a bath and spends all her time making keychains. Kazem is very close to his family, and many of them come to visit and stay with him in California. Kazem loves his brothers and his nephews and cousins, and when one of them gets good news, it makes them all happy. Firoozeh learns more about her father as she grows up. He doesn't follow the Muslim rule that says you can't eat ham, which means he's not like most people in Iran. He's also not very religious in general. Kazem did well on the famous Fulbright test when he was young, and that helped him get a scholarship to Texas A&M. Kazem met Albert Einstein while he was in the US. He decided that he would raise his own family in the US, where his children would have many chances to do well. Firoozeh learns to love her family and the customs of Iran as she grows up. She is very close to her uncles, aunts, and cousins, and they love and support her a lot. But she doesn't like everything about the society of Iran. Her mother, Nazareh, only went to school through the 6th grade and had kids with Kazem when she was only 17. Firoozeh looks up to other women in her family, like her aunt Parvine, because she went against what Iranian society expected of her and became a great doctor in Switzerland instead. When the Iranian Revolution starts in the late 1970s, Iran goes from being an important Middle Eastern country to a sign of danger in the eyes of the United States. Revolutionaries kidnap and threaten to kill American prisoners in Tehran. In the meantime, Iran is changing how it deals with oil, so Kazem can no longer work in the US. He tries to find other work, but neither American nor Saudi companies are interested in hiring an Iranian. Soon after the hostage situation is over, he gets a new job that pays a lot less. As a youngster, Firoozeh works hard to pay for college. She does a great job of writing articles for scholarships and wins a 2-month trip to Paris to learn French. Her trip to Paris isn't so great, though, because she doesn't make any French friends and her classes are boring. Firoozeh goes to the University of California at Berkeley and finishes with honors. There, she also meets Firoozeh Dumas, a French Catholic student who will become her husband. In Iran, it's often frowned upon to marry someone who isn't Iranian, but Kazem and Nazareh are happy to have Firoozeh join their family. Firoozeh's parents are shocked that he's marrying an Iranian woman, but they don't know it. Because of this, Many of Francois's family members don't go to the wedding. Francois and Firoozeh get married, first by a Catholic priest and then in the usual Persian way. They move into an apartment in San Francisco and then have kids. Firoozeh thinks a lot more about beauty standards and how Iranian society treats women now that she is married to Francois. She looks up to women who are confident in their bodies and do well in their careers. During a trip to the Bahamas, Firoozeh and Francois judge a beauty show and choose as the winner a young woman who isn't very pretty but is smart and can talk a lot. Firoozeh stays very close to the rest of her family even though she is married to Francois. She looks up to her father because he is so kind to his friends, both in America and in Iran. Kazem tells her often, "I'm rich in America. I just don't have a lot of money."
About the author. Firoozeh Dumas was born in Iran, but she lived in California for most of her childhood. She went to school at Berkeley and finished with honors. Soon after, she got married to Francois Dumas. She sent Random House a collection of stories about her early life in 2001. The stories were released in 2003 under the title Funni in Farsi. Since 2003, Dumas has written Laughing Without an Accent, 2008, another biography about her youth, and It Ain't So Awful, Falafel, 2016, a work of fiction for middle schoolers.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.